Welcome back, or welcome to We Care a Lot. I'm half the podcast, Mel.
And I'm the other half, Sam.
Our environment's a little different today.
I'm feeling very funky.
Very funky.
Not like
not in the vibes that I thought we would be in.
No, yeah, I thought this was going to be really relaxing, which it is. It's just a little busier than I thought. And this beach is a little shorter than I was expecting. Or even just thinking of. I didn't think of it, honestly.
Yeah.
If you haven't noticed yet, we're at the beach. If you're not watching.
You can hear the waves, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's a beautiful view of Malibu, or part of it. And we just wanted to do something different. It feels kind of funny not looking into a camera. But alas. Enjoy the view that we have.
And I really hope that you enjoy this episode, because there's a lot going on right now.
I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, but mostly by the water.
The water is
it's actually not calming. It's stressing
me out.
I think
if this doesn't get emotional or fun and deep like we thought it would, it's because we're stressed by the water.
And it'll be a different kind of fun. It's gonna be a wow. Okay, I mean, honestly, this could just be a story time of us getting here at this point.
No, actually.
But no, let's start with what we wanted to talk about when we came. Which,
look at the waves.
I know, it's very calm. I need you to stay like that, babe. Thank you. That's so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
We want to talk about how the girlies are just down bad.
All the girlies are down bad right now.
And if your girlies are not down bad right now, I'm so happy for you. For us, on the other hand, as a group, we've got some girlies going down.
Yeah, down bad. By Taylor Swift.
And not in the fun, cute down bad. Like, oh, she's down bad for him or whatever.
No.
Just going through things. And that's chill, you know? Life has its ebbs and flows, but when you're in it, it doesn't feel that good.
No.
It feels very, for me anyway, dramatizing. I dramatize my life. I'm overreacting. And I feel like that's probably something that's been taught to us. That we're dramatic and everything is...
why aren't you okay? Everything is fine.
Right.
And...
because, I know that inherently.
Inherently, yes. But right now in the moment,
it doesn't feel so fine.
Feeling really chaotic.
Yeah. In this exact moment.
Yes, I think every time I feel a little bit of anxiety, the waves get worse.
Maybe that's a sign.
It's a sign to just surrender. And that's the takeaway from this episode, is to surrender.
That's a good one. You know, looking at the little peaks of sunshine makes it a little better, I must say.
It does. It's
Let's
actually gorgeous.
Try our little
drinks.
Hop water.
Oh, we got some hop water.
My cousin Andrea introduced me to hop water. If you've never heard of it, it's basically hop infused water, literally.
What's in it?
Good question.
0%.
L-theanine.
Oh.
Ashwagandha.
Okay.
Does yours have that? It's on the side.
Vitamin C.
Oh.
L-theanine, ashwagandha.
Wow. Okay.
This is actually really cool. What, $2 a pop?
Yeah, honestly, it just kind of tastes like a slightly hoppy sparkling water.
Try. I got blood orange and Sam got mango.
There you go.
Try each other's.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, yours tastes a little more hoppy, in my opinion.
Yours kind of tastes like a little... Girl, not the leg kick, please.
The flinch. The flinch. What were you going to say?
I don't know.
Your own leg?
My legs. If that happens, we're picking this laptop up.
Yeah, no, we're running immediately. But anyways, the original hop water to me tastes just like a sour beer.
This is more water forward.
Yeah. Anyway. Delicious little drink to have on the beach and hopefully calm us down, Miss L-theanine.
Make me a little sleepy girl.
Make me actually relax. The waves are doing us a service.
The thing is, I feel like life's a little bit like these waves.
No, scary.
Not to get philosophical, but yeah, it could get really fucking terrifying for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you realize that there will be a calm tide at some point, it's all gonna be okay. But you know what? Sometimes you're gonna get dragged and drowned.
Yeah,
for a wee bit.
You get tumbled and hit a few rocks, but it's okay.
Oh God. So I guess to say some more, what are some things that you're feeling right now?
First, I want to ask.
Okay.
I want to ask you, are you down bad? I'm serious.
I think I'm like
You're pretty down up right now?
No.
Oh.
I don't think I'm down up or
it's not a thing. I just made that up.
I don't think I'm up or down bad. You know what I mean?
Got it.
I feel like I'm somewhere in the in between.
You're in a routine moment, like.
Yes and no. I think I'm financially down bad.
Okay.
I'll give her that, which gives me a lot of anxiety.
You're in an aspect down bad.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So there's that piece. Not me going through like each aspect
You're like,
of my
and
life.
then relationship wise, I am not down bad at all.
I'm not. I will say Logan and I had like an argument the other day, but I feel like it really clarified like communication styles and also like my place in a like argument and how I feel. I think that like we both have had very like traumatizing pasts and partners that now whenever we're in a place of like argumentative conversation, we tend to feel like the other person is trying to hurt us purposefully because that's all we know.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're not always like this, but I think sometimes like it just gets the better of both of us and we have to like take a step back and be like, what's actually being said? What's going on? But yeah, I feel like I tend to lean in on the I'm just gonna give them what they want
and not say my piece
and not say my piece so that
we could just be happy again.
I could just be okay.
Oh,
which
okay.
like doesn't feel okay at the end of the day. And so we just like anyway, that's the only down bad piece. It's not down bad at all. It's just
normal.
It's just
ebb and flow.
It's a communication regrouping, I guess.
Fair. As we all do.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not down bad. I'm gonna be honest.
You said, listen, I wanted to be with you girlies so bad, but I'm not down bad.
And I'm actually like,
I love that for you though.
No, because like the other times, most of the times when y'all are okay, I'm down bad.
Most of the times it's you being down bad. So I'm happy that you're not with us.
Maybe like I sacrificed my down bad this whole time for you guys to not be down bad.
So you could be up while we're down, so you could be there for us.
Yeah.
We're gonna call it that.
No. I wouldn't say like I'm up though.
Girl.
I think
okay, well, we're not saying are you the happiest you've ever been in your life, but
I'm at peace right now, but I also think I just have a lot of like uncomfy questions, like question marks in my life.
We've been having those though, if it makes you feel better.
And I think I'm just getting used to them now. I'm not saying they're going away though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still feel like what the fuck, I'm almost 28 and
you just turned 27, please breathe. I haven't even turned 27 yet.
Okay.
Can you please slow down?
I'll wait until you turn 27.
Right, until you start saying I'm about to turn 28. Like, girl, relax. It's been 3 months.
It just feels like it already all went by. I think it's mostly because like summer's moving so quickly. And I'm kind of like...
Yeah, what the fuck happened to summer? Can we talk about that for a second?
Wait, before we get into like the summer piece...
Yeah.
Well, it's still summer related, but like we never got like a heat wave. Where is this
girl, what do you mean? It was like 100 degrees, wasn't it?
Maybe by you.
Yeah,
it hasn't been higher than like 85 at my house.
Oh no, it's like 90.
Which I don't know that I want either.
You don't want it.
But also me. Like I think my brain is just like again traumatized and just wants to know like similarities
what's coming
or like familiarity.
Yeah.
That looks crazy.
No, I don't know if you guys can see the reality of these waves and that people are walking by. I'm so sorry to those people if you don't want to be in our podcast, but now you are. It's public
property,
beach land.
Yeah.
And I guess we just won't monetize this episode. Anywho. Back to, so you're not down bad. I love that for you.
Yeah. I can feel you guys though.
Are you distracted or are you just not down bad? I feel like you are not down bad, but I'm just, let's dig a little.
Yeah.
Because I know you're really busy. Like you've been really busy with the house renovations. Like, have you given yourself space to like? Have you given yourself space to just like be depressed instead? Like, how about that? Try harder.
Listen.
Just kidding.
No, yeah, I don't think that like
if you did,
my
you'd
underlying
be sad.
feelings are I think it's just I am very distracted at the moment, I will say. And life is just, like, busy. And I think, like, I used to thrive or feel like I'm thriving when I'm really busy like this.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily feel that I'm thriving. I think I'm feeling very existing at the moment.
Like, the productivity isn't...
it's not feeding what I feel like it would, like, usually.
Right.
And whenever I feel this way, where I just kind of feel like almost just like at bay, I don't feel high or low, I almost get kind of scared sometimes, because I constantly think about, like, the ball dropping and then, like, me feeling in, like, I feel like it's also way more comfortable for me to be sad than it is to be okay, to be quite honest.
Because you've experienced it more, you know what to expect. That's why
really
you're so
comforting.
scared to be okay, because you don't know what that's like.
Yeah. Or I always just, like, think something else is gonna happen.
Yeah. I was gonna say, on the opposite end of, like, being busy, I'm also really busy.
Yeah.
But instead of feeling distracted and okay about it, I'm way more, like, just really overwhelmed by it, and, like,
by,
down
like,
bad.
the responsibilities.
Not even responsibility, but just, like, the busyness, like, literally never having a moment to myself. And, like, I just talked about loving my alone time and, like, cherishing it. So I'm like, how am I gonna have that high of, like, feeling alone, which, like, sounds crazy, but, like, the high of, like, really appreciating my alone time in, like, that space, to then, not that it was taken away from me necessarily, I've just been really busy. Yeah. And yeah, it's just, like, the juxtaposition of going from one thing to the other. And, like, I've been thinking a lot about, like, how you're saying the mindset of, like, being okay is scary. For me, I'm, like, being this sad overwhelmed is scary. And I'm like, is me, because I was telling you, I went to the beach the other day by myself, and I was so negative the entire time. I was just, like, in a bad mood, and I haven't been in a bad mood like that in so long. Yeah. And I was like, am I perpetuating, like, this energy for myself? Like, why can't I just turn it around? And, like, I did, but at the same time, I'm like, I still don't feel better, but I know that's not a thing. Like, it doesn't just get better because you're like, I'm happy now.
Yeah. I think also, like, when we both, like, speak about the familiarity of either emotion, like, I think, like, in your times of, like, because you're mostly in the place of, like, feeling okay, when you did have, like, any small, I don't want to say inconvenience, or, like, a small issue arise, you would be able to, like, kind of just fix it and, like, nip it in the bud. Yeah. And I think when it's, like, a long-term thing that your, like, usual tactics don't work, right? It starts to feel like
never ending.
This is never gonna go away, but it's definitely it's gonna subside. And I think, like, it's almost like the surrender piece of, like,
I should enjoy what is.
Yeah, like,
or just be okay with what is.
With it. Not even enjoy, but, like, it is gonna pass, and, like, you don't have to try to fix it. Yeah. You know? That's the hardest part, though.
Yeah. I think I just, like, struggle with being not myself.
Like, you feel like not yourself?
Yeah, I feel like not myself, and disconnected from everyone in my life, because I'm just, like, I am just functioning. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to support anyone except myself right now, and that's so not me. You. And so I'm like, I feel like a bad friend, I feel like a bad person, I feel like a bad, you know, all these things, which isn't even true, because it's been, I mean, it's probably been longer, but, like, that I've actively felt this way for, like, a month. And I'm like, okay, no one's literally gonna be like, Sam, fuck you for having a month of, like, struggling. And I just, the drama feeling of, like, okay, you're doing too much, like, it's fine, get over it and keep it moving. And I think our moms have, like, dealt with that their whole lives as well, like, being told, like, it is what it is, move on, or, like, whatever. Yeah. And not that they've taught us that necessarily, because resilience is great. So they have taught us, you know, resilience. Right. But I think it's okay to take that beat in order to fill someone else's cup eventually. Or even just have a full cup yourself and move forward.
It's crazy to me that you think that, like, you're being an awful friend and whatnot, because, like, the amount of like things that you do while you're in your like depressive state is like crazy to me.
I think I hold myself to a very high standard that is sometimes unattainable. So that is my probably biggest struggle. I mean, we're just coming off that freaking episode of being like, oh, what do we want to leave the world with? And I'm like, how I make people feel.
It's not me being depressed.
Yeah, and I know it's not how I'm feeling right now, but in general, also I know no one's going to be like, oh, that one period of Sam's life where she was overwhelmed is going to be the thing that lasts forever in their heads. Yeah.
That's like the fucking mixture of anxiety and depression like together. Mm-hmm. It's such a bitch to get out of because I just feel like it perpetuates the other one so heavily.
Yeah.
And then you just like don't even know how to get out of the cycle because you're just like, okay, I'm sad and I'm feeling miserable, but then anytime that like I try to lean into doing things that make me happy or being with people that make me happy, I'm constantly thinking about how I make them feel or not feel, and like are they even enjoying their time with me?
Yeah.
And it's just like a back and forth of
which
one are we gonna pick right now?
I feel like my thing is usually like, instead of being so which I don't know what's worse, to be honest, but in the moment I try to be as present as I can, that I try not to show how bad I need a break or how much I need help.
Yeah.
That like maybe people don't notice. Like if you don't know me that well, you might just be like, oh, whatever, like maybe she was a bitch. Like maybe she's just being a bitch today and she didn't give me all the attention or whatever. And I don't think twice about it. I just am like, I'm trying to move as positively as I possibly can, and that's all I can give right now. And then I think the longer it goes on is when like the anxiety probably hits, and it's like, okay, is this me, I guess? Like, do I identify with this thing instead of it being something I'm going through at the moment?
Does it help you to know that the change is noticeable, or that it is like, would you rather people not see it? Like your friends, I mean, not like just people, you know.
I feel like it would be weird if my friends didn't notice.
Yeah.
Like, it would be like, are you for real?
But I think it's because maybe you're looking at it from a lens of like you're being a bitch, or you come off as a bitch. But I think, okay,
it's just like you're not being yourself.
The reason I ask is because, these people might be taken by the wave.
Yeah, if y'all are seeing this as a whole family getting in the water.
Because I feel like at our friend's birthday, at Tori's birthday, you, I think it was very apparent that you were not necessarily like to Tori, like we all had a good time.
No, we did.
But I feel
also did, but she knew I was tired. We all were. She included.
I think your like energy though felt very like low and very like, not like I don't want to be here type thing, but just more like if you could feel the struggle of like trying to be out and doing like a normal quote unquote night out with the girls, you know.
Yeah.
It was very apparent, and I think that was the most like the most noticeable I've ever seen you. Like, I know that you've been in this place for a minute now.
Yeah.
But I feel like that day was very apparent, and I was a bit worried. It really was.
Me cry.
And I feel like you've been posting some sad things, and I've
been posting all of my close friends. Or what?
Yeah. And I'm like, is she okay?
I'm okay.
And I like try to like hint at like, hey,
do you want to talk about it?
Okay. Yeah, but like I don't. I definitely feel like those things are also at like your own pace and your own time, and I know that how it feels, and
I feel like I am okay. I just like, since none of my old or like classic tactics of like putting myself in a better mood are even working, I'm like,
you're getting almost like frustrated and
like I'm just gonna lock myself into my feelings, I guess.
Yeah.
And reflect, even though that's so much work. And I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do it.
But yeah, I definitely feel a lot better already somehow. Just like, I feel like there's like a end in sight of having alone time again, and like I'm like not upset with the reality of the past month either. Like, it is what it is, and it meant a lot to me, like the month itself. Like a lot of special things happened, and I'll never, you know, forget that. It sounds like I went through like a breakup, doesn't it? It sounds like I met someone for like a month. No,
and then they're gone now.
It's not about a man. Y'all wish.
We would have more tea.
I would have way more tea, guys. Yeah, I feel better, but I think it's like maybe like jarring to me how noticeable. Not like I know it's noticeable, and I don't want people to not notice. I just think it's like maybe a realization to myself, like how I am normally, and like what I do bring to it, an energy to a room in general, and then when I don't bring that, like what that does to a situation or whatever.
I get that.
Yeah.
I also hope that like people seeing it is also maybe like a little bit of a call to you of like, I don't need to pretend, or I don't need to like
what's the point of hiding it?
Like act a certain way or try to hide it, because I think at the end of the day, like we're all here for you, and we all can feel you and see the difference, and it's not necessarily like it's a bad thing. It's just more of like, we understand that you're going through something, and like that's, you don't have to pretend to be something you're not in this moment, and you just showing up as you are is completely like okay and more than enough. Like you don't have to be this like other idea, because like at the end of the day, this is also you. Like I know
okay, inside out too,
literally. It's like you know you're maybe feeling not yourself, but this is a version of you that you have to also maybe get comfortable with, because unfortunately it's probably not the first or last time that this is going to happen. Well, sorry, not the
maybe the first,
but not the last.
That's true. And I think that's why I'm like annoyed with myself for being so sad about, and I'm not sad about anything in particular, honestly, other than my alone time, I guess, which is like, maybe that's what I'm sad about. I don't know, like having selfishly so much of it, and then which I'm like, damn, I'm gonna get a boyfriend one day, then what, girl?
And you gotta live with them.
I am definitely a person who loves my space, and now I think I will take that into a future relationship of like, I need to have a room that I get to decorate myself and have all my girly little trinkets and all my little knickknacks, and you don't get to touch them or whatever. I don't know, whatever it is, whatever, like in the bathroom, like, this is my skincare little corner. Don't touch this corner. I don't know. But that's my take on what I'm learning
on what
through
you're
this.
Learning
and
right now.
I think that's why I'm annoyed, is like, it's part of life. Like, don't be so annoyed. Just embrace it, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think...
Do you feel like the root cause of it, like, do you feel like it's just like not having alone time anymore? Or do you think like there was things that were happening prior, and then like not having the alone time or the space to decompress or to be with yourself and your feelings maybe like made it feel more like it's bubbling up because you can't?
To answer your question, I feel like it totally could be things bubbling up, like just like unspoken feelings, or like my own lack of reflection on things, like getting older and wanting to have a partner in life and fearing that that's not going to happen, even though I consciously know and tell all my friends that that's fucking stupid, and so I know it's not true. So I don't know, maybe like all those things, like, am I going to figure life out? Am I going to move out? Am I going to do all the things I want to do with my life? Should I move to Spain? Like, you know, like,
gotta throw that one in.
Like, I just gotta throw that one in every once in a while.
Listen, we might have to.
Listen, Susanna's going to Spain.
When? What the fuck? TFTI?
For work. For like 3 days.
Okay, still TFTI.
I know, literally. My dad's not even going.
Can we stay in your room for those 3 days?
No, but honestly. But anyways, so I just hate not knowing, but at the same time, like, I do know. Does that make any sense?
There's like an all-knowingness, like, but in the moment it feels so out of like reach, or even like out of possibility, really.
And I suffer from decision paralysis, so,
girl,
you know, for that reason,
I'm out.
But okay, sorry if there was
sorry if there's any like audio issues. Some random, the energy's weird, as
this
I'm
is our
telling
first time at the beach, okay? First time recording at the beach, anyway. First time recording at the beach, okay? First time recording at the beach, anyway. First time recording at the beach, okay? 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 First time recording at the beach, okay?
No, it's our very first time.
Yeah, it's our first time at the beach. We say we love the beach, we're liars, because we've never been.
But
anyway.
What were we just saying? Yeah, the possibility is like feels very out of reach, or you know, I think that's just like, honestly, I hate to really boil it down to this, but is this really what just like being 20 something is?
I think so.
It's so exhausting.
Yeah, I think so. I think this is just it.
It's like, but then like everyone tells you to have fun, and I'm like, but how is this fucking fun? People in their 40s, they're like, oh my god, so like I just didn't appreciate them, and I'm like,
same. Apparently same girl.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm fucking just why, like, I want to enjoy my 20s, I really do, and I think I have this like ultimate like kind of like guilt or like thing in the back of my mind of like kind of what we were talking about with the like what would old lady us versions of us like want to look back on, and I'm like, I really want to enjoy this time I have, and I want to be where my like feet are and just really plant myself in whatever it is, whether it's sad, good, bad, you know, like if it's ugly, like oh my god, I just really want to be in it though, and I feel like sometimes I get so worried that I'm not doing it right or doing enough.
Yeah, I feel like that's the guilt, is like what we expect it to look like. Like, is it supposed to be going out every weekend? Is it supposed to be living this crazy luxurious life that I don't live? Is it supposed to be owning a business that's doing really well? Is it supposed to be just working a 9 to 5 that's kind of cool and I like the people that work there? Like, it doesn't need to be as deep as Instagram and social media. Obviously we're not dictating that, but that's what looks fun.
Yeah,
that's what looks like. Oh my god,
I think it really does like skew the perspective though, because, and I feel like that's the thing, is like I heard somebody talk about like there was this video on TikTok who this guy was like talking about how the reason, like his belief on the reason that there's a lot of DJs coming up is because people want to be a part of like like building a culture. Yeah. But at the same time, like sometimes it's like you just got to be in the culture. You don't have to be the first one to do it, the first one to make it, you know. But like that's what social media plants in our brains, that we need to be like innovators and like people who are just like refreshing
why can't you just join
the culture
a
again? And instead, like he was talking about how his mom, you know, she's like, she has a very normal job like these days. I think she's like an accountant or something. Yeah. But like in the 80s, she was a major party girl, and like he looks at her pictures and like, you had a fucking time, and she's like, I did. And like it didn't have to amount to anything. Like she wasn't trying to be a socialite or anything, you know. Right. She was just having a good time. But I feel like now there's such a pressure to like make something out of your everyday for your fucking future, and it's like, why can't we just live? You know?
No, yeah, I agree. I feel like there is this like pressure we make up for ourselves that like no one's telling us. Like no one, our parents for sure aren't being like, you need to be Instagram famous. They're like, please don't. Like that's the last thing I want you to be. Yeah. And there's just those unfortunate layers of what we expect from ourselves in our own lives, and you know, it's like, what do I want for my life in the grand scheme? And like those questions are deep. Those questions are hard in your 20s, and I'm not saying they get easier in your 30s, but I feel like you just get led down the path you're supposed to, and it's less about constantly asking ourselves and just like following our guts and doing what feels good. Yeah. And if it doesn't feel good, then it's just opening the possibility for something else that does feel good, and that's exciting. Yeah. Wherever it leads us, that is. But yeah, referring back to the girlies being down bad and not just me, because it's of course not just me, guys, please stop. I feel like everyone is in their own right. Yeah, everyone's a little down bad, you know. And I think back to like asking me about like if I want people to see it or whatever, I feel like it's like so much better now that we ask for help. I don't think we asked for help as kids, like we from friends. Yeah. I don't know about your experience, but my experience with like friendship and like growing up with my parents, they were just like, you don't have friends, you only have family. And like like in the sense like of like a loving, like you can only trust your family. I get you. And I feel like that only made me want to pull away a little bit more than like to lean into it, because I'm like, well, I really trust these people, You're like, should I not? And like, there's a sense of distrust, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. So
I get that.
It also just like taught me the lesson of like, maybe don't ask them for help. But then I'm like, I also don't always feel safe to bring my emotional, I don't even want to say baggage because I was a kid, but like emotional stresses
to your
you.
Friends. Yeah. Or your
my
family. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. I feel like that is why friendship is so important. Like, not to say that they weren't right, that family is at the end of the day, but also people decide to leave families all the fucking time. Let me just say.
Yeah.
But friendship, I think that's why it's so beautiful, is because you have another perspective of how someone else grew up and what they see and how they can help you outside of your family's perspective. Because sometimes our families are not right, because not everyone is perfect and right all the time, and sometimes it's your family is pissing you off, so you need a friend. You can't
go to them.
Yeah, you can't fucking go to them. So friendship is important.
It really is.
And asking for help when you need it, and or even just expressing how you're feeling, or just being down bad together or next to each other, or
sometimes that's all you really need.
Like to just be like, let's have a glass of wine and not speak and go nonverbal. And
like,
how does
nonverbal
that
sounds great sometimes. Like most of the time, actually.
When I'm down bad,
don't talk to me.
It's like,
let's not talk.
Like when someone, so I think lately that's how I've been feeling. Like when someone wants to hang out, I get really anxious because I'm like, I need to be on. I know.
We just spoke about that.
I know. I know.
Well, now you know.
But like, that's how I feel. I'm like, oh my God, I have to like bring something. I have to be ready to take photos. Like everything has to be, I think, an opportunity, I guess.
I get what you're saying.
You know, like don't waste an opportunity on being sad next to each other. I don't know. Which is all we did in high school. Like, exactly. All we did was be with each other in whatever mood we were in.
But that's like the thing is like, I think if you're too focused on like
what realization, is it because we're adults and we like, that's how I'm feeling, is like I feel like my friends have such limited time, so if you're gonna hang out with me, it's got to be good. Yeah. Like I don't want to waste your time by being like in a bad mood, sad mood.
I get where you're going with that.
Because you're busy and you made time to see me.
I think that's the underlying thought there.
Yeah.
But I think, I mean, maybe with other friendships that feel more on like surface level terms, but
oh God, I don't even think I have those.
I don't have those anymore either. But I feel like maybe that's the case when like, I feel like that's early 20 shit, you know, like
you're early 20 for sure.
You're like still figuring out who your close knit groups of friends are and just getting the vibes out. But I feel like now with like, we're kind of reverting back to like how you feel comfortable with your best friends in high school or like middle school. You're like really
just be saying shit,
just being saying the dumbest shit, being yourself.
Like, hey, remember that phase we all went through where we were like X, Y, and Z? We're over that, right?
We're over it, right? No, but I feel like something that helps me at least is like, because I do get that feeling of like, well, no one's gonna want to be around me because I'm in a pissy mood, or like I'm not even like feeling like happy, like But I don't know, like I feel like a big thing for me in trying to feel better is also just like being around people. Not always, but sometimes it makes me feel like outside of like the situation in my brain that's happening, and I kind of like I get put back into reality a little bit, into like fair. Things that are outside of my existence. The Sonder of it all.
You're like, oh, other people are living and they are discussing really horrible, sad things going on in their lives,
or really great things,
or really beautiful things that I could look forward to.
Like everything is. And it just like shows you the perspective of just like what's outside of you. And anyway, I think like sometimes like having those moments with friends where like you want to hang out but you're not feeling like your 100% self. I think for me it helps to just be like, hey, I'm really wanting to like hang out. I don't know if I'm like feeling myself necessarily, but I just want to be with you, and I hope that we can like do something even fucking mundane. Like
I think like the capacity thing has been a very real thing for me lately. Of just being like, honestly, I don't have capacity for that. Which like I think people could easily take advantage of that phrase. Like anytime they don't want to do something, just be like, I don't have capacity for that. But I think you can catch on when someone's just overusing
it. Yeah.
But I think it's nice to know when like, because I I don't know if us as a friend group, as people, whatever, or just you and me, fuck, I don't know, are like anxious people who are like, oh, they don't want to see me, maybe, like, did I do something?
Yeah.
Even though it's never personal.
It's never that.
It's really never personal, and if it is, that's like that person's job to say something. So like having the anxiety around that is like not real.
Yeah. So, I'm just gonna give it to us, like, anxiety ladies. If you feel that way, like, if they did feel that way, so what are you gonna do about it?
Right. Next. What's next? What are you gonna do? Sit
because
in it?
you can't force someone to tell you how they feel. And you know, you could be like, hey, what's up?
Like, is something wrong?
But at the end of the day, it's not even worth being anxious about, I think. Says me.
Says the anxious person.
But I'm just giving maybe advice I can't take yet for myself, but maybe you can.
I mean, it's something that I think we dish advice, and it's like, I'm never gonna fully be that person. I mean, fuck, you look at like Jay Shetty or whoever, you know, I'm like, do y'all really live by that advice all the time? No, there's just no way.
There's no way.
So yeah, the girlies are down bad, but not for long.
Not for long, ladies.
Because we're going into the streets. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know. I guess, like, how are we getting out of going down bad?
Do you know
that's what we're doing in Glowing Hour.
Do you ever feel, I mean, this is going to go into Glowing Hour, I'm sure, but, like,
transition.
Do you ever just, like, want to do something kind of, like, just to feel something?
Give me an example of an insane thing to do.
Like, when you're either, like, really down bad, or you're even like me, you're just feeling out of bay. You're like, oh, I just, like, I need to feel something, whether it's, like, more... maybe not more sadness, but just like something just to really hit the underbelly to make it all come out. No?
Literally hit something?
No. Just like hit the underbelly of the situation.
Got it. But like what? Like, I don't know. What's insane? Like
I'm trying to think.
Crashing a car?
No,
like,
absolutely not.
Okay, I'm like, how crazy are we talking?
I'm talking like
eating a cake. I don't know. What's crazy? Texting an ex. That's crazy.
That sounds crazy.
I mean, that's not something I'd pick.
Nope,
but
not my choice.
Actually, no one should do that. Personally, I believe in no one reaching out to an ex.
I can't even think of something crazy, dude.
Like, I mean, like
have an all-nighter. Literally, like, sleep on the beach. I don't fucking know.
Okay, no. No, I don't think so.
I don't know. For me, it wouldn't be those options necessarily.
Or like tell your friends you're going to Vegas, like, in like the next day and then doing it.
Yeah, that kind of shit.
Right?
That kind of shit. Yeah.
I mean, I probably have the urges, but I'm way too sensible of a person.
Same. And then I'm like, actually, I need to, like,
I need to eat next week.
I need to plan. Where are we staying?
Yeah. No, maybe we do that. I don't know when, because nobody has
Vegas
availability, but Vegas would be fun if we were to be like,
maybe we just, like, bum
let's go on a random whatever, let's go Saturday, like, whatever, it's Monday.
Maybe we should.
I mean, I don't think that's insane. That's just out of our comfort zone and literally our wallet preference.
Yes,
but if life is short, and life is short.
Yeah,
money's and I think that's what the old people are talking
money
about.
Will always be there.
They're like, you're always gonna be making it, so just do what you want with it. Obviously, don't be irresponsible, but
also, even like if you not even to give you bad advice, but like, even if you like do end up in debt, so what?
File bankruptcy.
I feel like everyone's like, okay, you're gonna be in debt. Either you're gonna fix it, or what's
you're not, or you're just gonna live a life.
I'm getting such bad advice. Don't even.
No, that's really bad advice. But
bad advice.
But I think reasonably.
You
know what? I saw this girl on TikTok. She said, she makes a list every single month of everything she wants to impulse buy, and she puts the name, the link, and a price. And then at the end of the month, she looks and she totals it all up. She splits the total in half, puts half in her savings, and the other half she uses to buy whatever she wants. And she's like, I saved money and I also spent money.
That's so smart.
Like, you still saved.
Like you got a lot of steady income.
Steady income for sure. Steady income. I'm like, I'd maybe buy like a lip gloss that I wanted, and that's all I would get.
Eyebrow pencil.
Right.
That I probably already needed.
That I actually needed and didn't just want. Anyways, I think just figuring out what works for you, but like spending a little to feel something, I think, is the closest I've been.
That's the closest I get these
to
days.
Insane.
Yeah.
All-nighters and benders or anything like that, no.
They're no longer like, they don't feel
satisfying, satiating.
Satiating.
Yeah. it just feels horrible the next day, and I already know.
It really does. And then, like, I think about how, like, okay, my other version of, like, an all-nighter, bender, whatever, is I used to get really high, like, with weed.
Yeah. Yes.
To specify.
Right. Thank you.
And then I would just, like, watch a movie to feel something. And it was really nice. But now that would give me so much anxiety. So I can't even do that. I can't go back to my vices.
No, but it could be, like, you know, the Sleepy Girl mocktails or the moon juice.
It's not the same.
It's not as fun. I know.
It's not.
Well, maybe you get, like, a gummy that's moon juice. And it feels...
You're going back to moon juice. It's not going to happen.
I know. Moon juice, sponsor us.
I love moon juice. And this
episode is not sponsored by anybody.
Yeah, anyway. Well, we're going to feel a little something with something in Glowing Hour.
Yes, so please stay tuned.
It's kind of like experiment.
What? You make it sound like we're going to do experimental drugs.
No, we're just going to drink a whole bottle of wine.
Yeah, we're going to drink a whole bottle. That's not that crazy between two people, but in an hour, maybe.
Yeah.
That's giving crazy.
It's giving experimental.
We're going to eat a lot of carbs before, so don't worry about us. And we'll see you guys there.